Hi guys, Shauna here, and this morning we're going to do some sweatpants comfy yoga. A lot of you know that when I teach on retreats I do pajama yoga. I am very much like, it doesn't matter how fancy your pants are, like you don't need tight fitting fancy clothes to do yoga. You can do yoga at nearly anything. Yeah, if it is morning, good morning. If not, then good afternoon or good evening. If you want, go ahead and grab some coffee. I always have coffee with me when I practice. And this is going to be a little bit longer. This is going to be a little bit more like what I would typically do as like a kind of just get moving morning practice. So it's not going to be too strenuous. It's going to be based on kind of waking up the body, just fluid mobility, just feeling good, warming up, and lots of wiggling. So we're going to start in our Sukhasana, in our easy seat. Coming into our breath. We're going to start breathing in and out through the nose. Coming into our Ujjayi breath, or our Darth Vader breath. Good. You want to exhale and constrict the back of the throat like you're fogging up a glass. And take a second here while we're breathing to check your posture, see how you feel. Maybe get a little bit of wiggles out. And then breathing in and out through the nose or the mouth, whatever feels best for you right now. Take a quick moment here to ground down. If your day is just starting, don't worry about what else needs to happen. Just let yourself be here. If it's the middle of your day, same thing. Let yourself be here. Don't worry about what's already happened or what happens next. And you might have guessed, if it's the end of your day, same thing. Let go of everything from earlier in the day and just be here. And if your mind begins to wander, it's okay. A lot of the times we have this idea with meditation or with breath work that we have to be fully focused. That we have to clear our mind and we're not allowed to have thoughts going on. But that's a really kind of detrimental way to think about it, because we really shouldn't be judging ourselves for how good we are at clearing our mind, because the action of trying to clear our mind is still inaction. So a lot of us think that we have to actively clear our mind to sit and meditate, but in reality it's just letting yourself observe your thoughts pass. So clearing those thoughts out, trying to push them away, is still doing something. But just letting yourself be the observer and letting them float past without grabbing onto them, that's the goal here, is to be able to watch the thoughts go by without feeling the need to grab onto them. And it's okay if you do. That's the other thing. Like, just gently, slowly guide yourself back. Don't judge yourself for getting distracted. It's very like, oh, I got lost thinking about what I have to do grocery shopping. I forgot about bananas. And then I go onto a tangent. And then I'm like, oh wait, nope, let me come back to my breath. It's okay. No judgment. So wherever you are, take another 30 seconds to just begin again. Don't worry about anything else that's happened. Even if you got distracted, just begin again. Good. Couple more breaths. Nice and slowly. If your eyes are closed, you can open them or you can leave them closed, whatever feels best for you. We're going to bring our chin into our chest. Good. Keeping our posture nice and strong. Letting our head hang forward. Lifting our chest to our chin, bringing our chin down to our chest. Drawing the shoulders down away from the ears. Take a second here and just open up the back of the neck. Nice and slow, right ear to right shoulder. Good. Breathe here. Drawing down through the left fingertips. Good. Breathing in and out through the nose. Good. Drawing that left shoulder down. Opening up the left side of the neck. Nice and slow, come back to center. Left ear over to the left shoulder, right hand reaches down. And breathe here. Draw that right shoulder down, opening up the right side of the neck. Good. Nice and slow. Chin back to center and just shake your head no. Kind of just go side to side. So we're not doing like a straight up no here. We're still keeping our chin forward and we're just more so rocking from side to side. Maybe it's not so much of a no, more like you're nodding in a weird way to your favorite song kind of thing. Good. And just go back and forth. It's kind of like a head bop. Yeah. Good. Inhaling up. Now we're going to actually shake our head no, but we're going to go and twist first deliberately. So we're going to go ahead and ground down, find our spine nice and straight. I'm just going to turn to look over our right shoulder. Good. Breathe here. Come back to center. Left shoulder. Good. So we're going to inhale back to center. Exhale. Right shoulder. Inhale center. Exhale left shoulder. One more. Inhale center. Exhale right shoulder. Inhale center. Exhale left shoulder. Breathe here. We can go into some neck rolls. So we're just going to start going all the way around, working it out. Rolling it out. It's finding whatever spots feel good. You can switch direction whenever you want. I like to kind of go back and forth, find some movement, find whatever feels nice. I'll do like half and then half. Yeah, so just find whatever feels good for you. We're going to start incorporating the shoulders. So just moving the neck around, moving the shoulders around, using the side body to wiggle us around. Like I said, this is how I practice, and this is going to be super wiggly. So just rolling it out. Just find some movement. You can shift your shoulders front and back, roll them out. Just wiggle. Imagine like you're that thing outside of the car dealerships. Just wiggle it out. I mean, maybe not that fast, but I mean, if you're all about it, go for it. Just wiggle it out. Find some movement. Good. We're going to start adding the body here and rolling around. So roll it out. Hinging at the hips. Trying not to round the spine here. We're hinging forward, rolling it around. Good. Breathe. Swap directions when you're ready. Maybe go side to side in the middle. Again, have fun with it. Find some movement. Find where your body wants to naturally go. Roll it out. Good. Maybe go forward and shimmy into the shoulders. Breathe wherever you are. Good. Good. You can go side to side. Right knee to left knee, getting into the side body. But your head hang forward. Go ahead and rock it out again. Head bang a little bit. Not aggressively though. You don't want to hurt your neck. But just find what feels best here. Wherever you are, eventually bring your way to this folded posture. Head drawing down. Hands propped up on the knees, elbows up high. Breathe here. Retracting the shoulders, so bringing the shoulder blades closer together. Breathing in and out through the nose. Letting the crown of the head draw down. We're just going to zigzag up side to side. Good. And we're going to continue wiggling. If you guys have like good music to put on during this, maybe some reggae, maybe whatever. It's anything you want to wiggle, put it on in the background. Go for it. We're going to inhale the arms up. Nice big stretch. Really lift, lift, lift. We're going to take that left hand, bring it down. Inhale, right arm up and over. Good, nice side body stretch. So I'm not super open yet this morning, so I'm not going to go down to my forearm. But if you are feeling it and you feel like you can, go for it. Just breathe wherever you are. Opening the chest. So we're really not rotating here. We're more so flexion and extension through the side body. So we really want to try to keep that rib cage centered. We don't want to be rotating. Good. Breathe. Over to the other side. Good. Again, in and out through the nose or the mouth, whatever feels good for you. Just breathe here. Good, back to center. Inhale, both arms up. Right hand comes to left knee. Inhale, left arm up and back, right by the tailbone here, not too far away from us. We're gonna inhale, lift, exhale, twist, looking over the left shoulder. Good, breathe here. Now we're rotating. Just breathe in and out through the nose. Inhale up, other side, left hand to right knee, right hand comes behind. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, twist, look over that right shoulder. And breathe. Oh, maybe your stomach is growling like mine. Sorry, guys. I don't know if you heard that. Just breathe here. Inhale, back to center. Bring your hands to the tops of our shoulders, and we're just going to roll them out. And again, find any extra wiggle that you're feeling here. Good, roll it out. You can go forward and back. You can do whatever you're feeling here. You can roll all the way back. I like to shrug up and then roll back, pulling the elbows like I'm going to try to touch them behind me, which I'm never going to be able to do unless, I mean, maybe somebody can. I can't. But you can take whatever movement you need here. Good. And again, if you want to do some yoga for the brain, you can try to go forward and backwards at the same time. I'm not really good at it, but if you guys want to try it, go for it. Just roll it out. And sometimes I'll just come up and then come down, up and then down. So again, just find whatever movement feels best for you here. We're gonna take a couple more breaths, taking whatever movement we want. We're gonna find our way back to center. Elbows up, hands on the shoulders. We're gonna go ahead and twist. So we're gonna do a couple little twists here. We're just gonna turn to look towards the left. Inhale, center. Just like we did with our head, this is going and helping our spine. So we have our cervical spine, we have our thoracic, and then our lumbar. So we're gonna do little bits for each one. This is rotating our thoracic a little bit more now. Before we were doing just the cervical. So we're gonna breathe here, inhale, lengthen, exhale, and we're focusing on the thoracic, not our lumbar. So we're not dumping into our back. We're keeping our posture nice and strong. Coming here, we're just turning. We're not gonna be able to turn super far. So breathe here, look over to the left. Inhale, right. Inhale, left. And if your shoulders are getting tired here, you can just put your hands on your knees. But it's more fun with your hands on your shoulders. Inhale, right. Inhale, left. Inhale, right. Good. You're going to shake it out. So shake your arms all the way out. Again, you might be feeling some tightness in the delts here. That's okay. You were utilizing them. You were contracting those muscles to help hold here. So if you want, shake it out however you want to. And we're going to get even more into the lumbar spine now here. So we're going to go ahead and scoot our hips a little bit further behind our shoulders. We're going to hinge forward and we're going to walk our hands over to the left side. So before we were twisting, we were definitely getting into the lumbar spine again here before, but now we're going to get a little bit more into the side body and the hip as we do so. So we're going to twist both hands to our left side. Breathe here. Inhale, center. Exhale over to the right. Good. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. And we're, again, not rounding our spine. We're still hinging forward and then coming around. Good. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Good. Inhale, center. One more on each side. Exhale, fold into the left. Good. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Good. Come back to center. Inhale up. We're going to go ahead and bring our feet to touch for our Baddha Konasana, our bound angle pose. And my hips literally crack every time. Doesn't matter. While we're here, take a second. Maybe wiggle it out. Maybe take a sip of coffee if you have your coffee. I love coffee. So wherever you are, settle into your Baddha Konasana, your bound angle pose. We're going to inhale, lift and lengthen. Draw the shoulders down from the ears. Engage the lower abdominals. Breathe here. Exhale, hinge at the hips. Come forward. And I always say, we're not trying to get our head to our feet. In other poses, yes. But here, we eventually want to bring our feet to our chest, to our sternum. So we want to be reaching forward first and then coming down. So breathe here. You're going to feel this in your hips. You're going to feel it in your hamstrings. A lot of poses are multidimensional. So this is really good for the adductors, good for the inner thigh muscles, but if you're tighter in other areas, you will feel it in other areas. So anytime any yoga instructor tells you you should be feeling it in one spot and you're like, nope, I feel it in another, it might not be that they're giving the wrong cues. It might just be that you're tighter in certain areas. So just be mindful of your body and notice what you feel in each pose. And eventually, as you lengthen and strengthen certain muscles, you'll feel more targeted tension or stretches in certain poses. So just breathe here. Maybe shake your head out, yes and no, whatever you're feeling. Maybe wiggle from side to side. Like I said, if you haven't gathered, I like wiggling. Good. We're going to go into a quick Paschimottanasana, which is our forward bend, and then we're going to roll over our knees. So you guys can stay just as you are. I'm going to turn. So we're here in our Baddha Konasana. I'm going to bring my knees together, and I'm going to do a tiny little bit of core just to wake up the body. And we're going to come into a Navasana. You can skip this if you're not feeling it. Navasana, come down. Super quick Navasana. I'm going to go ahead and lift my butt up to bring my hips behind my shoulders. So see how originally I come like this? We want to lift up and come back. Good. And breathe here. We're going to go ahead and inhale, lengthen. Maybe wiggle out the legs real quick. Inhale, lengthen. And again, we're hinging from our hips. We're not rounding our spine here. So we're going to go ahead and reach forward first, flexing our toes towards our face. And come down. And if all you can come to is your shins, that's okay. So I know it's a little bit hard to see because I'm wearing sweatpants, but I'm keeping a slight micro bend in my knee, and I'm more so bringing my heels into the mat here. So you can fully extend and lift the heels too if you really want to, but I want to make sure I'm not putting too much pressure into the back of the knee. I want to focus on the hamstrings. So if this is too hard for you and you want to go ahead and come here, you can even just walk your feet out. Good. So breathe wherever you are. Take whatever variation is best. And breathing in and out through the nose. If you can't touch your feet yet, that's okay. Good. Breathe here. If you can touch your feet, there's several variations you can take. Find what feels best for you. We're reaching forward with our chest. We can relax the head a little bit, but we want to make sure we're not dumping into the spine. So we can come forward and then shake our head out. Wherever we are, we're going to go ahead and inhale up. Cross the ankles. And roll over into our tabletop. So we're here in our tabletop. There may have just been a cut in the video because of Narni making noise, but so if it looked like it was like weird for a second, that's why. So we're here in our tabletop. Our shoulders are underneath our wrists. We have a slight bend in the elbows. Knees are about hips width apart. We're just going to go through a quick cat-cow pose. So I am hypermobile. My elbows go backwards. You may think it's a good thing. It's definitely not, because it's more likely for me to get injured. It's more stress on my joints and my muscles overextend. So we're going to always have a slight bend in our arms as best we can. We're going to breathe here. First things first, we're going to get the abdominal warmed up. So just notice your core here. Bring it in. Bring your belly button into your tailbone. Good. So breathe here. We're going to go through our cat-cow. So we're going to inhale, lift the chin, drop the belly, lift the tailbone high. Good. And we're just kind of protracting our shoulders the whole time, so we're not dumping into them. So even though we're lifting up like this, we're still protracting, pulling them apart. So breathe here. Chin into the chest, round the spine. We're protracting even more, pushing away from the mat. Inhale, lift the chin, drop the belly, lift the tailbone. Good. Exhale, chin into the chest, round the spine, tuck the tailbone. Good. Inhale, lift the chin, drop the belly, lift that tailbone. Exhale, chin into your chest, round your spine. Good. 2 more. Inhale, lift the chin, drop the belly, lift the tailbone high. Exhale, chin into the chest, round your spine. Good. Sit back for a quick child's pose. Good. Breathe here. You walk your arms out. Breathing in and out through the nose. Take any variation of child's pose that you'd like here. You can do, this is extended child's pose. You can do traditional child's pose with your knees together, arms back. Or if you want to transition and get a little bit more into the low back and shoulders, you can come down into puppy pose. So just find whatever feels best for you. Good. We're going to come up to our tabletop again. So make your way there however you can. knees wide, and we're going to go into dancing lion. So dancing lion is one of my all-time favorite things because we kind of transition through a couple different movements here. We're making big circles with our hips, but we're dipping almost into an up dog, and we're going back through to child's pose. So the best way that I've been, I heard this cue once, and it's stuck with me ever since. So it's, we're going to come forward, we're going to come all the way around, come down and back, right? And we want to make it like we're trying to get all the peanut butter out of the jar. So we're making these nice big circles, getting all the way around the edges. Good, and rolling it out. And breathe here. Switch directions when you feel ready. And again, try not to lock into your elbows. Good, breathe here. Maybe on the next one if you want. Take a quick second here in Cobra. Oh, breathe here. Wiggle it out a little bit. Maybe look up. Oh, come around, come back to child's pose. Good. Take a couple more circles, whatever feels best. And settle your way back to your tabletop. So we're just going to breathe here. We're going to go into our thread the needle, which is one of my all-time favorite shoulder stretches. We're going to bring our weight into our left hand. Inhale the right arm up nice and high. Reach up, maybe wiggle the fingers. Exhale, come through onto the right shoulder. Good, so breathe here. The only downside to wearing a baggy shirt here is that sometimes it like folds up. So breathe here, opening up the backs of the shoulders. This is getting into our rhomboids. Breathe here. Nice and slow, plant the palms. Inhale, open up. Good, breathe again, maybe wiggle. Right hand comes down. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, thread it through. Good, coming onto the left shoulder this time. Breathing here. Good, breathe. Nice and slow, plant that right palm back down. Inhale, left arm up and open. Good, breathe. And that was just the dryer, sorry guys. This is a work in progress, especially being home during this quarantine. So I'm gonna go ahead and sit back, child's pose once more. I'm just gonna do a quick little flow before we finish up. So again, we're not going too crazy, we're not going too long. This is just like a nice waking up morning practice. And while you're in child's pose, you can kind of do what I'm doing here, where you just shift your hips back and forth. So you're internally rotating one hip and then internally rotating the other. We're just going side to side here. So breathe. Good. And go ahead and come to our tabletop. Bend the knees, tuck the toes, shift the hips back. Come into our down dog. And we're going to pedal it out here. So breathe in and out through the nose. Good. Push the heels down if you can. Bend the knees deep, lift the hips high, and then drop the heels. And you guys will hear me say this a million times. It's more important for the knees to be bent, for the back to be straight than for the knees to be straight. So if we're here, that's fine. We don't want to hyperextend. So just breathe wherever you are. Good. Inhale the right leg up nice and high. Exhale, knee into your nose. Step it right through. Good. Lower that left knee right away. Make sure that the right heel is in front of the right knee and sink in to this crescent lunge, Anjaneyasana. Breathe. Look up maybe. Square that right hip back, left hip comes forward. Good. Breathing here. Nice and slow, transitioning into our runner stretch. So bending the left knee, straightening the right leg, flexing the right foot towards the face. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hinge at the hips and fold. Again, pulling the right hip back, squaring your hips forward. Maybe wiggle your toes here, whatever feels good. Breathe. Whenever you're ready, slowly come forward. We're going to walk both hands to the inside of the right foot. Walk our right foot out to the edge of our mat and take a quick lizard pose. So lizard, there's numerous variations a lot of us know. We have this general lizard here, working with our both hands down, foot down, knee down. You can tuck the toes, extend through, work on some quad strength there. If we have it accessible to us, we can come down to our forearms. Or if you love the quad stretch that I love for twisted lizard, we're gonna bring our weight into our left hand again, making sure we're not hyperextending the elbow, really pulling up through the shoulder joint. Open up, reach around and back to grab the right foot for our twisted lizard. So breathe here. Again, in and out through the nose. Good. Breathe, breathe, breathe again, lifting to that shoulder. Nice and slow wherever you are, making your way back to both hands. Bringing both hands center, tucking the back toes, stepping back for a quick plank. You have the option here to go through a flow, or you can just push back to down dog if you're like, nope, not awake yet. If you'd like, you can go into chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. Into upward facing dog or cobra. Push back down dog. Pedal it out. Rotating the biceps outwards. Drawing the shoulders away from the ears, trying not to shrug too much here. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, knee into nose. Protract the shoulders. Step on through. Lower the right foot, right knee. Making sure that that left heel is in front of our right knee, sinking nice and deep into this right hip. Sorry, in front of our left knee, sinking into our right hip. Breathe here. Again, squaring the hips off. Breathing nice and deep. Sinking nice and deep into that right hip flexor. Breathing in and out through the nose. Transitioning to our runner stretch. So we're going to go ahead and straighten this left leg, bend the right knee, flex the right toes towards the face, and breathe here. Good. Take your time. Find what feels best here. Try to square your hips off. Inhaling, lifting, hinging at the hips. Exhale, fold. And if this is too intense, but take a slight bend in your knee. I know maybe this is why people wear tight yoga pants. That way you can see alignment better. That might make some sense. So breathe here. But you can still do yoga in anything, really. So breathe. Good. We're going to transition into our lizard on this side. Come forward. Both hands to the inside of our left foot. Left foot comes out to the edge of our mat. Drop our hips in for our lizard. And again, we have several variations here. Take whatever variation best suits you. And again, one day you might want to do one day you might want to do the other. Like I said, I particularly always love twisted lizard, so I'm going to bring my weight into my right hand. Lift up to the shoulder. Again, I'm not collapsing into my shoulder here. I'm lifting up and open to the shoulder. Reaching this left arm up, around and back to grab my right foot. So breathe here. And this right quad is way tighter than my left quad. Oh my gosh. Breathe. I'm not sure why. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Good. Nice and slow. We're going to transition. Actually, take one more deep breath. Oh, this is such a deep one. Okay, now slowly transition back. We're just going to step back to plank. So tuck the toes, lift the right knee, step back to plank, come down, tabletop, child's pose. Breathe here. I'm going to take a second here. This is where, if you guys want, you can play with handstand, headstand, anything you want to play around with. We're going to start wrapping up soon. So if you have it in your practice to play around with some things, I encourage you to now transition into your own self-practice. So we're going to come to our child's pose here. Take a few quick breaths. Come back to how we were in the beginning, where we're just watching our breath. We're going to come slither forward for a nice, long, juicy cobra. So hands are going to come a little bit wide, come a little bit close, and we're just going to pull ourselves through. Oh, yeah. Breathe here. And my pants are like all the way up my waist now. Again, maybe these are the downsides of sweatpants yoga, but I don't care. We're going to plant our palms underneath our shoulders. Bend the elbows, draw the shoulders back, lift the chin. Breathe here. So we never want to have our joints locked. We always want to have nice bend in our elbows for our cobra. breathing here, really getting into that back, into the shoulders, into the front of the neck even. Good. Tuck the toes, bend the knees, shift back. Child's pose. We're just going to come through, sit through, come back to our easy seat. So again, I encourage you guys, if this is kind of like a warm-up for you in the morning, you can end here. Or if you'd like, go ahead, continue on with your practice. Play around with anything on your back, any more standing poses, any inversions, arm balances, anything that you're feeling today. So if you are finishing here with me, just take a second to come back into your breath. Just we're going to do 1 minute of breath work. Coming into your breath, inhaling and exhaling through the nose. Good. Settling down, maybe rolling your shoulders up towards your ears and rolling them back. Maybe taking a few more side to side motions. Take any extra little motions you might need. And come into your breath. Again, inhaling and exhaling through the nose or the mouth. And if your mind began to wander, just begin again for 30 seconds. You can do it. Good. Notice your posture. Notice how you feel. Notice you have dog hair on your face. Breathe. Again, maybe take some final wiggles. If you're starting to go about your day, start to bring this, or try to bring this sense of possible calm wiggliness. Fluidity, really. The sense of flexibility and fluidity throughout your day. And again, if this is the middle of your day, end of your day, see if you can bring it to the rest of your day or to tomorrow. You know, we just take time for ourselves to let ourselves just kind of decompress and be wiggly, be calm, work on our breath. You know, there is a time and place, as many of you know, I love like hardcore advanced yoga stuff too. There's a time and place for that. There's a time and place to get your heart beat up. There's a time and place to just wiggle it out and set yourself off on the right foot or calm yourself down. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I hope you enjoy my giant comfy clothes, and I encourage you to be as comfortable as possible, especially I'm making this during the time of the COVID quarantine. So especially right now, it's okay if you don't put on real pants for 4 days. It's okay. You know, you don't have to, you're not here for anyone but yourself right now. So I appreciate you joining me and taking the time to do this. And I hope to see you guys again soon.